Hi guys! Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, we are about to discuss the microorganisms in the environment. But before we will start, please don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and click the notification bell for more updates and information about microbiology. Let's get started.
I just need to clear my head.
Microorganisms play an important role in ecosystem functioning. Beyond being involved in the carbon, nitrogen, and sulfur cycles, they also participate in other biogeochemical cycles. Microbial metabolic activities lie at the heart of numerous interactions between the environment, plants, and microorganisms that recruit and shape the dynamics of particular ecosystem. Simultaneously, climate change plays a vital role in the perceived temporal and spatial variation in microbial communities of particular ecosystem. Microbes are also involved in bioremediation, decomposition of organic matters, degradation of pollutants, degradation and removal of contaminants, and restoration of degraded land. Microorganisms are found everywhere in the environment and play a leading role in countless natural processes. Among other things, they operate the basic drug cycles that are necessary for the plant's supply of nutrients via the reaction of organic matter in soil. At these processes, greenhouse gases are released to the atmosphere at the same time, so microorganisms also play a key role in relation to climate and climate change. In addition to exercising their function in the environment, microorganisms also have a great potential for use. Some bacteria and fungi, so-called biocontrol organisms, can inhibit the growth of harmful microorganisms. Technical enzymes and enzymes for food production can be isolated from bacteria, yeast, and fungi, which are also major suppliers of pharmaceuticals such as antibiotics. Microorganisms can therefore be seen as suppliers of so-called ecosystem services, which are fundamental to the environment and to human life and activity. The section for microbiology and the biotechnology is therefore researching the following topics. What are the important impacts of microbes on ecosystems? First, it generates oxygen in the atmosphere. Almost all of the production of oxygen by bacteria on Earth today occur in the oceans by the cyanobacteria or blue-green algae. And over time, most of the oxygen produced in Earth's history has been done by bacteria. Second, recycle nutrients stored in organic matter to an inorganic form. Decomposition releases the mineral nutrients or the NPK or potassium bound up in the dead organic matter in an organic form that is used available for primary producers to use. Without this recycling of inorganic nutrients, primary productivity on the globe would stop. On land, most of the decomposition, also called mineralization, of dead organic matter occur at the soil surface, and the rate of decomposition is a function of moisture and temperature, or too little or too much of either reduces the rate of decomposition. Fungi are important in terrestrial systems, but not in aquatic. They are present even before the leaves and twigs enter the soil, and so decomposition starts in the living or senescent plant material. Fungi are the most important decomposer of structural plant compounds, cellulose and lignin, but note that lignin is not broken down when oxygen is absent. The fungi invade the organic matter in soils first and are then followed by bacteria. In water, the decomposition of organic matter is mostly oxic in streams and in the ocean and anoxic in the bottoms of lakes or in swamps. Third, it fixes nitrogen from the atmosphere into a usable form. The only organisms capable of removing N2 gas from the atmosphere and fixing it into a usable nitrogen form, ammonia and ammonium, are bacteria. The specific bacteria that can perform N fixation are scattered throughout the groups, including the cyanobacteria. All organisms that fix nitrogen use the same mechanism and the same enzymes. This ability probably evolved only once and early in the history of life. Symbiotic entomofixation caused the plant photosynthase to support the fixation and the energy assimilation. This cost could be from 15 to 30% of the total carbon assimilated by the plant. In fact, to fix one molecule of N2 requires about 25 molecules of ATP. So it is expensive from the bacterial standpoint, and that means that the plant must support that energy requirement. In return, the plant receives nitrogen, which may otherwise be limiting nutrients for the plant. Another difficulty for the bacteria is that one of the enzymes necessary for nitrogen fixation is destroyed by oxygen, which is necessary for efficient ATP formation. Fourth, it allows herbivores to consume poor quality food. In the ocean, most of the primary productivity is consumed by herbivores. In contrast, in terrestrial system, most of the primary productivity is not consumed by the herbivores. The reason for this difference are: first, animals lack digestive enzymes capable of using cellulose and lignin and other structural plant compounds. Second, plants often have anti-grazing toxins, aromatic resins, and thorns. Third, most of the plant tissues is poor in mineral nutrients, especially N and P, compared to the tissue in herbivores. In the ruminant animal, cattle, deer, giraffe, the ingested food, possibly regurgitated and rechewed, passes into the rumen together with saliva. 60 to 100 liters produced per day. The rumen is really a continuous fermenter where the complex carbohydrates of the plant are fermented by bacteria into methane, carbon dioxide, and fatty acids. The biota of the rumen are found in about equal biomass of bacteria, or the 1011 cells or meter. In addition, many termites contain protozoans and bacteria in their guts that perform similar operations. The protozoans are capable of digesting cellulose, and bacteria in the gut generate CH4 from the organic compounds released from the cellulose degradation. Finally, some termites also have bacteria in their guts that are capable of fixing nitrogen from the atmosphere, providing a usable nitrogen source for the termite. Fifth, it gives plants roots access to nutrients in the soil. As plant roots scavenge the soil, they create a zone of nutrient depletion around themselves. To have access to new sources of nutrients, a plant can either grow more roots and small root hairs, some as small as 10 um, or form an association with a fungus whose hyphae provide an even longer and more efficient absorptive structure. Most vascular plants can form such associations, which are called mycorrhizae. Mycorrhizal fungi include those living on the surface of plants, ectotrophic or sheathing, and those which enter the host, endotrophic or vesicular, arbuscular, or simply VA. The added advantage to the plant of forming this relationship with fungi is the hyphae can secrete enzymes that break down organic molecules and make inorganic nutrients available. While the plants gain nutrients and fungi gain carbohydrates, food from plants, there is also a cost to the plant in this association. One study reported that mycorrhizal biomass was only 1% of a fir forest ecosystem but used 15% of the net primary.
That's all for the microorganisms in the environment. This video, please don't forget to like, comment, and share for more updates.